to keep you thinking about the past, to keep you thinking about what happened, and keep questioning, why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? Maybe I deserve it. Maybe I'm cursed. Maybe I'm no good. This is why Allah is angry at me. This is why He made this happen to me. And so you live in that moment that happened some time ago that Allah actually brought you out of, but Shaytan doesn't want you to come out of it. He wants you to stay in that hopelessness because he wants you to be convinced, like he is convinced, that Allah has no hope for him. There's no turning back for him, or that Allah hates him even. You and I might develop, because we're thinking about that event all the time, not just anger towards people who hurt us, but even towards Allah. Like, why did He let this happen to me? And so when you think about the kinds of experiences that prophets went through, ﷺ, you'll appreciate something. The prophets Allah talks about in the Quran are in so many cases people that had such difficult lives. Even before they became prophets, they had extremely difficult lives. Think about the life of our own messenger ﷺ, whose parents die in childhood, right? Who goes through one care to another care to another care, and every time he has somebody that is basically taking care of him, they pass away, and he's passed on to someone else, and he's passed on to someone else. How difficult is that for a child? How difficult is it for a parent to lose their child? Our messenger experienced losing children, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why did I deserve that should happen to me? Or why did my child deserve to die like this? And every time you see somebody else's child healthy and running around, it reminds you of the child that you don't have anymore. So these are the kinds of pains Allah put even prophets through, alayhi wasallam. The reason I'm saying that is for you and me to know that these pains that we experience in life are not a proof that Allah has cursed you, or Allah is angry at you, or you're going through bad experiences because Allah is mad at you and Allah is punishing you for something. That's not the case. Some of the best people that ever lived had very difficult lives. This life was made with trials, with difficulties that we have to learn to navigate. Shaytan wants us to believe everything that happens to us, somehow figure out a way to blame Allah for it. Why? Because that's what he did. فَبِمَا أَغْوَيْتَنِي. He blamed Allah. When he refused to do sajda and he was cast out, he blamed Allah immediately. That's where he wants you to get to. And so he uses that past bad experience, that painful experience, to try to pull you away from Allah also. Another way he uses your past. Maybe some of us, we lived a life of sin before. Maybe you had friends or relationships that were leading you down a road of sin, that you kept falling in and falling in and falling in.